Good evening, welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. At least 13 people, including children, are killed in an airstrike that targeted a residential building in south of Tehran. And Iranian missile attacks targeted various states in Tel Aviv and Haifa. Iran confirms receiving a two-stage ceasefire proposal as part of international efforts to resolve the conflict in the region. And Israeli airstrikes continue on several areas amid rapidly escalating confrontation on the Lebanese front. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. Several Gulf Cooperation Council GCC countries continue to respond to attacks targeting their territories. The Saudi Ministry of Defense stated that it intercepted and destroyed 2 drones in the past few hours. In the state of Kuwait, air defenses intercepted missile and drone attacks which resulted in the injuries of 6 people. The Abu Dhabi Media Office confirmed that the relevant authorities responded to an incident caused by falling shrapnel on a company in Abu Dhabi Industrial City, resulting in 1 person sustaining moderate injuries. The relevant authorities in the Emirate of Fujairah also responded to an incident resulting from a drone attack targeting a building belonging to a telecommunications company. Iran's Revolutionary Guard confirmed the death of its intelligence chief, Major General Majid Khademi, in a series of U.S.-Israeli airstrikes on Tehran early this morning. In response, Iran launched a barrage of cluster munitions targets in Tel Aviv and Haifa, killing 4 people and causing significant damage to infrastructure.
Amid ongoing escalation, the military confrontation between the United States and Israel on one side and Iran on the other continues. In Tehran, since dawn, U.S. and Israeli attacks have targeted 3 airports and military installations, resulting in the deaths of more than 13 civilians, including children. The bombing also struck residential areas near the capital, Tehran. Meanwhile, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard announced the death of its intelligence chief, Major General Majid Khademi, following U.S.-Israeli strikes. In response, Tehran launched a barrage of cluster munitions targeting Israeli sites in Tel Aviv and Haifa, resulting in the deaths of 2 people and injuries to others. Iran's Joint Military Command warned that attacks on its civilian targets will be met with a multiplied response against U.S. and Israeli interests in the region. The warning came as U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday stepped up his threat to hit Iran's critical infrastructure hard if the country's government doesn't reopen the Strait of Hormuz by his Tuesday deadline.
Iran announced that it has prepared its official response to the ceasefire proposal presented through regional mediators, emphasizing that its position is based on its interests and thus it will not accept what is described as dictates or threats. Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesman Ismail Baghei said that Tehran has already conveyed its conditions and requirements through mediation channels, stressing that announcing these demands does not signify retreat or acceptance, but rather reflects Iran's confidence in its position. Media sources confirm that Iran is demanding a comprehensive and guaranteed cessation of attacks before entering into any final agreement. Iran confirmed receiving a draft proposal for a ceasefire from the United States. Media outlets reported that the proposal consists of two phases, beginning with a temporary 45-day ceasefire, during which intensive negotiations would take place to reach a comprehensive agreement ending the war. The second phase would involve reaching a final settlement between the two sides, including measures such as imposing restrictions on Iran's nuclear program in exchange for lifting sanctions and releasing its frozen assets. In southern Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes continued on several areas amid the rapidly escalating confrontation on the Lebanese front. Reports indicated that Israeli warplanes launched a series of airstrikes targeting towns in southern Lebanon, resulting in deaths, injuries, and widespread damage to property and infrastructure. The airstrikes also targeted areas in Beirut's southern suburbs and parts of the Bekaa Valley, coinciding with Israeli warnings to evacuate several residential areas, indicating an expansion of military operations within Lebanese territory. Two Palestinians were killed and 4 others wounded when Israeli forces opened fire on 2 vehicles in Khan Yunis, southern Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Information Center reported that Israeli forces fired on a World Health Organization vehicle and a commercial vehicle in Khan Yunis, southern Gaza Strip. This brings the number of Palestinians killed in the Israeli offensive on the Gaza Strip since October 7, 2023 to more than 72,000. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs warned that the humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip remains extremely dire despite the ceasefire. The UN emphasized that living conditions in the Strip are extremely difficult, with the majority of Gaza's population displaced from their homes and thousands continuing to live in camps and among the rubble as the bombardments continues. It added that despite efforts, only about 42% of the health facilities are functioning and most are operating only partially. And the World Health Organization is working to facilitate medical evacuation. At least 3 people were killed and 10 others wounded in a large-scale Russian airstrikes on the Ukrainian port city of Odessa. The city's military chief said today that several areas were bombed overnight. He added that a high-rise building in one area was hit, causing damage, and that people may still be trapped under the rubble. This latest attack follows similar strikes that damaged residential buildings and injured 3 people. And now for local news. Back in the Sultan, the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Hamoud al-Harthi, the Secretary of the Ministry of Social Development for Persons with Disabilities Affairs, the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat organized a forum to promote awareness of the rights, capabilities, and contributions of persons with disabilities across society. More in the coming report.
Empowering people with disabilities was more than a forum at the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat. It was a space shaped by stories of resilience and determination. Under the theme, "We differ to integrate," it reflected how challenges can be turned into opportunities, reinforcing inclusion as a lived reality.
The goal of the forum is to empower people with disabilities to become active partners in society and also to promote inclusion. Through our experience and engagement with them, we discovered remarkable talents, skills and abilities that help shift our perspective from sympathy to empowerment, and recognize that they are valuable human resources that should be supported and invested so they can contribute as active partners in development and national economy.
The forum highlighted research developed in collaboration with government and community institutions, while discussions focused on coordination efforts and the challenges facing empowerment initiatives.
The forum means a lot to us because it gives us a place to express ourselves and share our ideas and talent and send message to the society that we don't need sympathy, but we need opportunities to prove ourselves and be a part in the community.
Through interactive activities and skill-based sessions, the event moved the conversation from awareness into action, reflecting a growing commitment to inclusion, acceptance, and long-term impact. Inclusion here moves forward, supported by collaboration and grounded in the belief that diversity is key to progress. Reporting from the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat, this is Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources is organizing the 2026 Food Safety Week, which kicked off in the Wilaya of Sohar in the Governorate of North Al-Batna. The inaugural ceremony included a lecture titled Food Safety System in Numbers, which outlined national efforts in this field, and the opening of an exhibition featuring special initiatives and awareness programs with the participation of a number of food production companies. Food Safety Week 2026 also includes specialized workshops, competitions, and field visits to food production establishments, in addition to an awareness program targeting students of schools and universities. The opening ceremony of the six-day event was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Saud bin Hamud Habsi, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources. The Environment Authority in the North Al-Sharqiya Governorate implemented an environmental initiative to plant 1.5 million seeds of wild trees in the Wilaya of Dimol Tain. The initiative comes within the framework of national efforts aimed at promoting environmental sustainability through increasing vegetation cover and expanding green spaces, which contributes to maintain environmental balance and reducing desertification. The initiative focused on taking advantage of the rains that Governorate of the Sultanate of Oman witnessed during the past period, as they provided suitable natural conditions for sowing seeds and enhancing the chances of their germination naturally. And after the rain, Nakhal awakens in a breathtaking beauty, where flowing springs, timeless heritage, and Jebel Alban Park come together to tell a story of nature, community, and inspiration. More details in the following report.
A breathtaking scene unfolds after the rain as Oman's landscapes come alive, painted in vibrant shades of beauty, serenity, and renewed life. Here in Nakhal, where flowing springs, a proud historic fort, and surrounding mountains tell a rich story, a new destination is emerging, Jebel Al-Alban Park. What began as a humble community initiative has grown into a vibrant project reflecting Oman Vision 2040, where sustainability meets tourism and local ambition drives meaningful change.
We are in a Mutanazzah Alban in Nakhal. This is an extension to all the touristy places we have in Nakhal, from the fort to all the way to the hot springs. The initiatives being taken here is going to create another kind of environment for the people. They can actually express their physical part, which is this hiking place in Nakhal. I encourage everybody to come and visit it. It's quite really unique, special, and you got a spectacular view from the top where we are now. It's called the view, to see the whole town of Nakhal.
Surrounded by stunning natural scenery, the park offers visitors a unique experience of walking, relaxation, and connection with nature. At the spring water channels, families gather to enjoy simple, beautiful moments, like preparing traditional coffee by the flowing waters, a true reflection of Omani hospitality. In Nakhal, a story of nature, community, and ambition, shaping a destination that inspires. Nakhal stands as a beautiful blend of heritage and progress, where nature and history meet a renewed vision for tourism. With the Jabal Al-Alban walk path, every step becomes a journey, inviting visitors to explore, connect, and be inspired. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Nakhal, Governorate of South Al-Batina.
You're watching the Sultan of Oman Television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. At least 13 people, including children, are killed in an airstrike that targeted a residential building south of Tehran, and Iranian missile attacks targeted various sites in Tel Aviv and Haifa. Iran confirmed receiving a two-stage ceasefire proposal as part of international efforts to resolve the conflict in the region. And Israeli airstrikes continue on several areas amid rapidly escalating confrontation on the Lebanese front. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all the crew here, myself, Suhail Al-Kindi, thanks for your time. Good night.